Flooding. Due to changing climate, the frequency of precipitation is expected to increase. The need now is to develop flooding tolerant plants which can tolerate periodic floods. The study of natural wetland species gives valuable resources for developing strategies to develop flood tolerant crops. In this module, we will be studying about morphological, anatomical, physiological and molecular mechanisms by which plants tolerate flooding stress. The learning objectives are: flooding induced damage to plants. Waterlogging and submergence of plants causes stress mainly due to the lack of sufficient oxygen availability to roots. Soil oxygen in flooded soil is depleted within about 48 hours. Without oxygen, nutrient and water uptake is impaired and root growth is inhibited. Due to prolonged flooding stress or complete submergence, photosynthesis is inhibited and ATP production decreases, which affects normal growth. For example, corn plants subjected to flooding stress show fewer internodes, and on persistent flooding stress, the shoot meristem becomes dark and the plant dies. Root growth is reduced and more adventitious roots are formed. If flooding occurs at reproductive stage, it leads to depletion of yield. Under oxygen depletion to roots, hypoxia or anoxia, mitochondrial respiration decreases and sugars are respired anaerobically, leading to the accumulation of toxic fermentation products like ethanol, lactic acid, acetaldehyde, acetic acid and formic acid. In addition, due to the reduction of soil oxygen levels, potentially toxic compounds like sulfides, soluble iron and manganese salts accumulate. Adaptation to flooding stress. Plants show two strategies to cope with flooding or submergence. The escape strategy involves rapid elongation of shoot organs so as to emerge out of the submerged state and the development of parenchyma to provide oxygen to submerged plants. The quiescent strategy consists of a suspension of growth and a diversion of metabolites to prevent flooding induced damage. Many wetland species maintain high productivity in flood prone areas. A plant achieves this by means of a combination of morphological, anatomical and physiological adaptations, which include adventitious root formation, development of parenchyma, leaf gas film and prevention of radial oxygen loss. Adventitious root formation. Adventitious roots are formed in response to flooding in plants. These are formed from the stem, but the condition is that the shoot should be exposed to air. If the plant is fully submerged, the formation of adventitious roots is inhibited. Some plants like mangroves show adventitious roots which show negatively geotropic growth and emerge out of water. These are called pneumatophores or breathing roots. These roots show anatomical modifications that include thin-walled cells called lenticels and spongy air-filled parenchyma which allow oxygen diffusion to the submerged roots. Root parenchyma. One of the characteristic features of plants of wetland ecosystem is the presence of parenchyma tissue. Plants have intercellular gas-filled spaces, the parenchyma, which permit internal diffusion of oxygen and other gases. This provides an oxygen-bearing lifeline to the submerged organs. Parenchyma is formed by cell dissolution or by division alone. The gas flow through parenchyma is by diffusion. The phytohormone ethylene plays a role in parenchyma formation by reducing antioxidant activity of cells, leading to a concomitant increase in reactive oxygen species, which cause cell death. Parenchyma formation increases from beyond the root tip region to base of the adventitious root. Leaf gas film. A microlayer of gas has been observed around the leaf of submerged plant. These gas film are called plastrons and play a role in underwater oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange by increasing the water-gas interface. Such gas films also enable stomata to remain open. Improved gas exchange by submerged leaf can enhance CO2 uptake for underwater photosynthesis during light periods and oxygen entry during dark periods, with benefits to whole plant internal aeration. In submerged rice, leaf gas films make a substantial contribution in enhancing internal aeration, photosynthesis and growth. Radial oxygen loss barriers are formed after 14 days of stagnant water logging, include suberin deposition in cell walls of hypodermal or exodermal layers and lignin deposition on outer epidermis. This allows oxygen flow only through the vascular region to the root and prevents its radial diffusion to the outer root regions, from where it can be lost to the internal medium. Alcohol dehydrogenase activity. In roots, anoxic fermentation occurs through glycolysis. Lack of oxygen leads to increased activity of alcohol dehydrogenase and the accumulation of ethanol. The alcohol dehydrogenase activity under hypoxia provides a quantitative indication of the specific sensitivity of a plant species to oxygen deficiency. Differential expression of diverse isoenzymes of alcohol dehydrogenase takes place during anoxic treatment. Hormones and regulation of plant response to flooding. Submergence is known to bring about an increase in the levels of ethylene, auxins and gibberellins. Ethylens and auxins interact to bring about rapid elongation of shoots in order to emerge out of water. As a part of the escape strategy, ethylene is also known to stimulate gibberellins biosynthesis by inhibiting abscisic acid levels. Besides the direct role of GA in cell growth promotion, it also leads to induction of alpha amylase, which provides the sugars for cell growth. Molecular mechanism of flooding tolerance. Deep water rice has the ability to significantly elongate its internodes up to 13 feet with the slowly rising water. The internode is hollow and functions as snorkel, thus preventing the plants from drowning by allowing gas exchange with the atmosphere. The characteristics of these plants is that they are low yielders, but they can escape flooding associated anoxia. Two genes, SNORKREL1 and SNORKREL2, that is SK1 and SK2, which belong to a family of transcription factors called ethylene responsive factors, have been shown to trigger growth of rice plants with the rising water levels. The gene products SK1 and SK2 trigger remarkable internode elongation via the gibberellin signaling pathway. On the other hand, other ethylene induced transcription factors like submergence 1A enable plant survival for more than 2 weeks under flooding conditions by inducing a dormancy state in completely submerged plants. Sub-1A is known to increase the abundance of transcripts encoding reactive oxygen species scavenging enzymes and provides oxidative stress tolerance. The sub-1A transcription factor prevents the GA-induced degradation of two DELA proteins, slender rice1, SLR1 and SLR-like, in submerged shoots, thus inhibiting GA-mediated elongation. Hence, ethylene regulates both promotion or suppression of underwater elongation depending on the response strategy of the plant to flooding stress. Summary and conclusion. Flooding stress is caused due to anoxia conditions in submerged plants. Adaptive traits of plants for flooding tolerance include rapid growth and emergence from the submerged state, or growth inhibition or quiescence, which enables the plant to direct resources towards other tolerance mechanisms. The flooding regime specificity selects the most appropriate strategic balance. Improving flooding tolerance would aim at introgression of flooding induced genes identified from plants showing natural flooding tolerance like wetland species, for example, into cultivated crops. Thank you.